Recent spy thrillers paint Karachi as a hyper-violent, stylized battleground. But those movies actually tone down the truth. The real epicenter is Lyari. It is the most dangerous neighborhood in Pakistan, an active war zone where civilians navigate streets permanently scarred by heavy artillery. This diagram illustrates what we can call the terror triangle. At the bottom tier, you have the muscle of local street gangs. In the middle, the political shield. And glowing at the top, the puppet masters, the ISI. The ISI, or Inter-Services Intelligence, is Pakistan's premier military intelligence agency. The relentless violence in Lyari is a carefully designed feature of how the state operates. Poverty and power vacuums birthed massive criminal underworlds in both Mumbai and Karachi simultaneously. They met completely different ends. In India, a robust system of law enforcement and state institutions systematically dismantled the public mafia. Pakistan co-opted its mafia directly into the government apparatus. To understand the modern Pakistani deep state, you have to ignore the prime ministers and dissect the specific triangle. The foundation of Lyari's power rests on gang leaders like Raham Dakait and his cousin Uzair Baloch. Born into absolute deprivation and childhood trauma, they grew into untouchable public figures. When Baloch wanted to send a message to a rival named Arshad Papu, his gang kidnapped him, dismembered his body, and used his severed head as a football in the streets. This extreme gore serves a precise strategic purpose. It is a calculated tool designed to rule the local population through absolute, paralyzing fear. When Dawood Ibrahim, a global terror kingpin hiding in Karachi, tried to claim a property, Dakait's gang murdered Dawood's brother over the dispute and dumped his body by a trash can. Dawood Ibrahim backed down and accepted the humiliation without a single act of retaliation. In the Lyari ecosystem, local street muscle holds ultimate authority, superseding international crime bosses. Street thugs survive openly because of the middle tier of our triangle, politicians like Nabil Gabol. Gabol and his peers ensure these gangsters face zero prosecution, providing complete legal shielding. They operate on a strict quid pro quo arrangement. Gangsters provide the physical muscle to rig elections, intimidate voters, and permanently eliminate political rivals. In return, politicians grant the gangs total legal immunity and protection from local law enforcement agencies. Politicians in this ecosystem are active, willing business partners purchasing democratic power with blood. The ultimate benefactors sit at the very top. The ISI harvests untraceable cash and off-the-books muscle flowing directly upward from Lyari. Real-life operatives like Major Iqbal and Ilyas Kashmiri take those resources, distributing them to fund proxy wars and global terror networks. These operatives utilized this exact pipeline to act as the masterminds behind the 26/11 Mumbai attacks. Ilyas Kashmiri eventually became a top al-Qaeda leader, entirely birthed and funded by this domestic system. The ISI uses the Lyari underworld as a black ops piggy bank, funding shadow wars against India without pulling from official, trackable state budgets. The ISI requires the mafia to fund their international operations and to maintain absolute control over their own democratic government. Fighting a state that weaponizes its own criminals falls to organizations like RAW. RAW, or the Research and Analysis Wing, is India's foreign intelligence agency, and they send silent warriors to infiltrate this exact system. High-level operatives like Ajit Doval spent years deep undercover in Pakistan, operating without a safety net. For Indian spies caught in this ecosystem, there are no quick executions. Captured agents face years of systematic, brutal torture in military prisons, deliberately reduced to vegetative states as a form of psychological revenge by the deep state. The Lyari underworld functions as a foundational pillar of Pakistan's international strategy. The functional lines between a street-level thug, an elected cabinet minister, and a military general have disappeared. Street thugs, cabinet ministers, and military generals operate as integrated departments of the exact same enterprise.